Okay friends, so it has reached that time in my YouTube career to finally start creating content around my favorite thing in the entire world, coffee. Oh my goodness, I cannot believe it has taken me this long to make a video like this. I've been wanting to make more videos on different coffee recipes and stuff. So today we are going to be starting off with just 5 simple recipes. A few of them are my go-tos, a few of them are ones that I'm just gonna try randomly today that I think will be fun. Obviously all of these coffees can be made both iced and warm, so whatever you prefer you can do. I will be today using my Nespresso machine, but obviously you can just make normal coffee, normal espresso. Typically these type of coffee drinks are made with espresso, but your girl doesn't have any Nespresso espresso pods, so we're just making all of these with normal brewed coffee, but you can make them with espresso shots, and that's typically what they are made with. But yeah, I don't really care. Anything with any sort of coffee is good with me. So yeah, hopefully you guys enjoy this video. I do want to give a huge shout out to Skillshare before we get started because they are sponsoring today's video. So thank you so much, Skillshare. We will be chatting about them a little bit later in the video. But without further ado, let's get into this video. Hopefully you guys enjoy. If you do, give it a big thumbs up. Subscribe if you have yet to do so. Hit the notification bell so you get notified when my next video goes live. I love you guys, and let's get into it. Let's drink some coffee, y'all. I'm so excited. So recipe number 1 is one of my summer all-time favorites, and that is an iced caramel macchiato. This is what I get whenever I go to Starbucks, but we are starting out with just a glass cup. This is typically what I make my iced beverages in, and we are putting some caramel syrup in the bottom as well as all over the sides. Yes, I do realize that this is probably a lot of caramel, and if you're not into that, then you can definitely opt out. You can put less, you can even put more. That is the best thing about making your own coffees. So after I was finished with the caramel, we just put in some of the ice cubes, and then we are moving on to my personal milk or milks of choice, and that is a mixture of some sort of almond milk creamer. I like these silk ones. They have a bunch of different flavors. And then I also mix it with some oat milk. I really am trying to not drink as much dairy, so I like to mix these two. The almond milk creamer kind of gives it more of a sweet taste, so I don't have to add any sugar to these drinks. And then I'm just putting that into my Nespresso frother and putting it on the cold setting and letting that go. And while we are doing that, we are going to brew our coffee. I just chose this caramel cookie an espresso pod, and then our milk of choice is finished. I will say that you can choose whatever milk that you want if you want to go the dairy way, or if you want to do a just oat milk, if you want to do a coconut milk, anything is possible. Also, yes, I am horrible at pouring the coffee into the glass. Oh my goodness, you guys will see this a few times in this video. I make a lot of messes when we are making some coffee, but it is well worth it. But once we have both the milk mixture and the coffee in the cup, I'm just topping that with some of the caramel, putting a straw in, and that is our finished caramel macchiato, guys. This is definitely one of my go-tos in the summer. It is perfect. It is sweet, but you can still taste the coffee. You got a little bit of that caramel with every sip. It's just absolutely amazing. But moving on to recipe number 2, this is my all-time favorite drink at Starbucks. It is a cinnamon dolce latte. You guys know I love it. You can get it both warm and iced, but today we are making it warm, and I'm gonna be honest with you guys, this tasted exactly like the cinnamon dolce latte from Starbucks. So I started off with just putting some cinnamon dolce syrup into the bottom. I typically put like 2 tablespoons maybe. And then for the Nespresso pod, I just pick a normal one, not anything crazy. Some of my favorite normal Nespresso pods are an Intenso or a Stormio or a Melozio. So those are typically the ones that I go for when I'm making something that I'm adding flavor to. So once my mixture of milks, the same as before, is finished, I did froth that on the warm setting. For this drink, I just added that to the coffee. Oh, that looks so good. We added a little bit of whipped cream or a lot of whipped cream if you're crazy, and then we finished it off with some cinnamon. I got the cinnamon from HomeSense, which I also get a lot of my like coffee syrups and stuff from HomeSense. If you have a Home Goods by you, it's definitely a great place to get those as well. But we finished it off with the cinnamon from HomeSense, and guys, this was so good. The top looks amazing. It actually looks like a rose, which makes me very happy because I am Jenna Rose. But yeah, that is the cinnamon dolce latte. Like I said, it tastes exactly like the Starbucks one, which makes me so happy because I get to save my money and get my cinnamon dolce latte. But the third recipe that we're moving on to is one that I actually kind of invented myself. I'm pretty sure this is not a thing. I've never seen it before. But TOFFIFEEs, if you guys have not seen those before, they are so good. They are a little like toffee with chocolate and a hazelnut in the center. It is absolutely amazing. So I decided to make a latte that was based off of a TOFFIFEE. So we started out by lining the inside of the glass with some chocolate, which it definitely was a lot more runny than I was expecting. I thought it was going to be a little bit thicker like the caramel was, but that is okay. It still gave that chocolatey flavor, which was amazing. I then added the ice cubes to the cup and moved on to brewing our coffee, which this time I chose a hazelnut flavored Nespresso pod. The TOFFIFEEs do have a hazelnut in the center, so I really wanted to bring some of that to the coffee. And I do want to add that I added a little bit of that buttered toffee syrup to the coffee as well. I thought that that would bring a little bit of that toffee flavor that the TOFFIFEEs have, obviously, hence the name. But moving on to the milk mixture while we were brewing the coffee, I mixed together, again, my oat milk with the silk almond milk, but this time I used, again, like a hazelnut flavor instead of a vanilla flavor. We added that to the cup once it was finished frothing. We got a towel to protect ourselves from this awful pour that we're just about to see. And here we go. Getting it everywhere. Yep, that looks great, Jenna. So good. So we cleaned up our mess. We moved on to topping the drink with some more chocolate. I thought this was going to sit on top nicely, but it immediately just sank to the bottom. So it did add a little bit more of the toffee flavor, which was great. But in the end, this honestly was one of my favorites out of all of them. This ended up being so yummy, so chocolatey. It definitely had that buttery toffee flavor as well. And it was so good. Absolutely loved this one. So we're taking a quick break in this video to chat about today's sponsor. I told you guys a little bit earlier in this video, which is Skillshare. Huge shout out to them. If you don't know what Skillshare is, I absolutely love it. I've worked with them quite a few times before, so if you do watch my videos, you probably have heard this spiel. But Skillshare, if you are new to them, is an online learning community where you can watch videos to learn new things, learn new skills, or even learn more about a skill that you already have. They have things like videos on entrepreneurship, film and video, which is amazing, art, lifestyle, which lifestyle category is definitely my favorite because they just have a bunch of different random things like cooking, like you can even watch things on coffee, which is so much fun, indoor plants, scrapbooking, self-care, all of those things. So Skillshare is definitely something that you should look into if you just want to watch videos to improve yourself and improve on skills that you might have or want to have. So most recently I've been diving into a ton of videos on how to create better content for YouTube, everything about like filming and creating video concepts and stuff like that, because I really just want to create videos that you guys absolutely love and that I love creating. So the most recent video that I was watching is called YouTube Success: How to Create an Authentic Channel That's Worth the Follow. I believe it's from Sorel Amour, but it has been absolutely amazing, and hopefully when I continue watching that and finish it, I will be able to create content that you guys absolutely love and just better content for you guys, because honestly you guys are the best. So if you're wanting to try Skillshare out for yourself, I will have a link down in my description. The first 1,000 of you to click that will get a free 1-month trial of the Skillshare Premium membership, which is absolutely amazing. So go and grab that deal if you just want to learn some new skills, watch some fun videos on some awesome content and stuff like that. So huge shout out to Skillshare for sponsoring again, and let's get back into the remaining 2 recipes. So moving on to our 4th recipe, this is the s'mores latte. This is the second warm drink of the bunch, and guys, I've been wanting to make this drink for so long. I've had this idea in my head for so long, and this one ended up being absolutely amazing. Francis loved it, I loved it, but the first thing that I'm doing is I'm actually rimming the top. That sounds really gross, but we are first dipping the rim in some chocolate sauce, and then we are dipping it in some crushed up graham crackers. Oh my goodness, so good. I am then adding some French vanilla syrup. I will say that I was looking for like a toasted marshmallow syrup. They do have those out there, but unfortunately I couldn't find one that would come on time. I saw some on Amazon, so if you want it, definitely grab it. But I just opted for French vanilla just because I thought it was going to give a little bit of that marshmallowy sweet taste. But again, I think it would be absolutely amazing with like a toasted marshmallow syrup. But moving on to the milk mixture, again, I just did the vanilla almond milk creamer with the oat milk. We are spilling and making an absolute disaster yet again. Wow, just continue with the poor girl. But once that was finished and we cleaned up our mess yet again, I topped this drink with a ton of whipped cream, a drizzle of chocolate sauce, and then a few more crumbled pieces of graham crackers. Oh, wow, 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 guys. This, like I said, was probably one of my favorites. Francis absolutely loved it. He probably drank more of it than I did. The like top part was so good with the chocolate and the graham crackers, and I am definitely going to be making this one a lot more because it is just so good. Definitely indulgent, but so good. And moving on to our last recipe. Up to this point, I have been drinking all of these drinks that I've been making, so I decided I probably should not drink another caffeinated beverage, and I should make one for Francis, even though he did drink a lot of the s'mores latte. But this is Francis' favorite drink from Starbucks. It is a iced white chocolate mocha. This is so good. So we started off with the ice in the cup. We are frothing some of the vanilla almond milk creamer with the oat milk, and then we're moving on to our coffee, which Francis really likes a more intense flavor, so we are going with an Intenso Nespresso pod, brewing that right into our Nespresso cup. Can you tell I like Nespresso? Oh my goodness. But once that is finished, we're moving on to mixing in the Torani white chocolate sauce. This stuff smells incredible, and basically what I'm doing is I'm just adding it right to the coffee. I put in about maybe 2 to 3 tablespoons of that. We mix that into the coffee. It should make the coffee a little bit of a caramel color. And then I'm pouring the milk mixture into the cup, just like I've done every other iced beverage in this video. Pouring that on in there, and then y'all ready for this mess? I thought I was doing pretty well at the beginning, and then towards the end it got a little messy, but we did pretty good. We're just gonna clean up our mess there, and then we're going to top this gorgeous drink with some whipped cream. Did you guess that? And then at the top, I actually decided to put some white chocolate chips. I figured this would show kind of what the drink is a little bit more. White chocolate mocha, baby. But this one ended up actually being really, really good. It surprisingly wasn't too sweet, which I'm really happy about because Francis does prefer a not so sweet beverage. So you could always add a little bit more of the white chocolate sauce if you want it to be a little bit sweeter. But I think that is everything for this video, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed. Be sure to subscribe if you had to do so. I love you guys so much. Remember, you are somebody's reason to smile, and I will see you in the next one. Bye, friends. Hey guys, it is Jenna, what is up, and welcome back to my channel. You guys can see that we are in, like, I would call this my, like, sit-down video spot. But today I kind of wanted to throw it back a little bit and do kind of like a favorites video or a things I've been loving video.